Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Listen or Else podcast. I'm Ryan. With me today is not Olivia, but instead we have Nicky from Stealth Shampoo.
Yes, indeed. It is Nick from StealthShampoo, definitely not Olivia. I want to mention here at the top of the show that I am not included in the show title. Whether or not you listen does not constitute whether or not I will say the N word.
No, you
But I
won't.
can't say the same about everyone else in this show. I
You
won't because
you
they're
won't
listening.
because you're listening. Yeah. So good on you. Thank you, listener, for your contributions in the fight against racism. But man,
Yeah, I'm clearly not racist.
clearly not. But you would have been if you know if they hadn't stopped by. So.
If you hadn't come by, then it would have been tragic.
But yeah, so welcome. Olivia's not here this week because her mic's broken. And you know what? So if you guys were, waiting for people to barge in and interrupt or a dog to start barking, then sorry, you're going to be disappointed.
That happens to Olivia. People just walk right in when she's recording.
Let's see. Episode 1, her dog barked. Episode 2, 30 seconds into recording, she's like yelling down the hall at someone. Episode 3, her dog barked. And now episode 4, she's gone. Really? You come in like late to work 3 times in a
Oh,
row, you get canned. But Olivia's
see,
gonna come back, so I guess she's special.
this is, I think, the common theme to podcasts and people on podcasts. Like 10 episodes, everyone could get to 10 episodes, right? But I mean, three, everyone can get to three, except I guess Olivia. But I mean, ten's where I really feel like you start to filter out the people who didn't realize how much work it would be writing show notes. I say
Yeah.
is actually don't have any show notes.
Yeah, because Olivia does all the editing. She records, she makes topics, she runs the Twitter. Oh no, wait, that's all me. Olivia hops on Discord for an hour, which I also do.
Do you think
Yeah.
do we have any Olivia fans in the audience? Like, how many people who listen to this are Olivia stans?
It's probably all almost exclusively Olivia stands, so that's a little tough.
Yeah, we might be disenfranchising a large part of the audience here at the start by disparaging Olivia's good name.
Well, she'll be back on the show next week or maybe in a month, depending on when she's available, to defend herself from her quite frankly abysmal podcast performance. From a podcast that
I
wasn't expecting anything from anyone. It's sad.
Yeah. Olivia, if you're listening to this, do you think what are the chances that Olivia comes back and listens to this episode with Nicky from Stell Shampoo?
I would think maybe more than other episodes because I'm gonna tell her we spent the first 5 minutes talking shit about her, and also this will be the only episode of the podcast where she hasn't lived it. So,
So you think a very high chance that she'll listen?
yeah, fuck you, Olivia.
Olivia, I have within my field of view right now, without turning my head, four microphones, including the one I'm using right now, if you don't include the various phones and cameras on my desk. So if we need a live studio recording environment, can she drive? She could come over. I'm outside of her house at least once a week to see OG. They live next to each other. I don't see her, but I go pick up OG and we go to the arcade.
That's right. It's a small world, and we
Yeah,
know
we
where
have
you live.
microphones.
We have
We do.
microphones.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess some background on Nikki. Feel free to jump in at any point if I'm fucking this up anywhere. But Nikki from Stealth Shampoo, former professional Twitch streamer, Evolve
Right.
caster, uh, T-Lao, The Last of Us's biggest fan and then harshest
Oh, yeah.
critic. Uh,
Only
Current
that second part.
social media manager for Live, or what's your official job title?
I don't run the social media anymore. I was creator manager. That was the title. Now I'm creator marketing or something. You know, I have a document that we actually just went over in a meeting a while ago with my like title and all that. But basically, what I do is work with content creators and game developers and do VR things and do content. Like I do writing for the blog. I produce videos. We ran a live stream on Friday. We're releasing cool apps. I I'm completely different than Olivia in that no one's gonna have any idea what I'm talking about. But we did release a mobile app on iOS called Live TV, and it basically lets you do mixed reality, putting yourself into the virtual environment using just a phone. Because previously you'd have to use a PC. Now the Quest is out, which doesn't require a PC, so now you can point your iPhone at someone and see them in the virtual world, which is way cooler than seeing a shaky first-person view. But yeah, that's what I do.
There's a big VR news last week or this week. I guess last week, right? It was.
Right.
I didn't. I saw the
Yeah.
headlines and I forgot them, but it's about ads, eh? We got ads now.
Yeah, so Facebook is thinking about putting ads into VR. Now, I was working my ass off last week, so I didn't read into any of the news. I just saw the headlines and discussed it with a coworker. But basically, what they're trying to do is put ads into your VR games. I don't know how obtrusive or not they're going to be, but one big piece of news was that this VR game called Blast On. Think about it as like an arena, like you're two gladiators standing on podiums, right? And you're like shooting guns and lasers and throwing things at each other. And they were going to try to incorporate ads into that. Now, I didn't do any preparation and I didn't read the article. So this is all purely speculation, but they're going to stick ads on the sides of the arena, kind of like you'd see for like a soccer game or something.
Makes sense.
I think is what they were going to do, which doesn't seem very obtrusive. And I would imagine it's. I'm completely speaking out of my ass. I didn't look at any of this. Uh, I was very, very busy with the past week when this news came out, but I think it's going to be a way to kind of fund developers because most VR games, I would go out to say most, don't make their money back or don't make a profit. Maybe they make enough money to fund another game right after. But I said on a panel once that VR games are making $300,000. Like that's how much it costs to make a VR game on average, not like AAA like Half-Life Alyx. They're not making that money all the way back most of the time or a profit. So maybe ads are another way to supplement this. A lot of pushback from the community. Um, you know, I don't know if Facebook said that they were never going to do this. There's been some accusations like you said you wouldn't do this and now you're doing it. I don't know. I haven't looked at the tapes, but you know, it's just something that is I mean, advertisers are absolutely everywhere. They've crept into,
Yeah.
you know, Spotify ads are now how we get ads instead of on television. And actually, this isn't the first example of ads in VR. Way, way back in the day, Space Pirate Trainer had ads in their game for other games. They had like a rotating billboard with other VR games on it. And that in particular, I don't think was paid. I think they just did that to show off other VR titles. They had their logo spinning around up there,
For the love of the
which
game of advertising.
yeah, to help out their fellow developers who probably also aren't. Space Pirate Trainers, I'm sure, has made insane bank by now, but just to help out some other game developers, and no one really had a problem with that. And so Facebook's, I don't know if they're doing the same thing. I don't imagine they're gonna do the mobile game thing, like you're on Duolingo and you don't pay for Duolingo Premium or whatever, and Duolingo Plus, and they give you an ad after every Japanese lesson. I don't think they're gonna do that, but I mean it's Facebook.
I mean, shit, if there's any, like, benefit really to the end user, if you get, like, games for slightly cheaper, like, that's just less, you know, barrier to entry for VR, which is, you know, hard to get into.
Yeah,
But it all
there's
depends
a
on
VR
how
game.
it's implemented and, like, how much, what the details are, I guess.
Yeah, how like in your face and annoying it is. There's a game. It's called like Lastronauts or Lastronauts or something. I don't quite. It starts with an L, but I haven't played it. But I've heard a lot of my friends talk about it. Again, I'm just going to be talking out of my ass. It's like a MOBA game, I believe. And the thing is with MOBAs is you level up in the game, right? Like you start at level 1, you kill the little minions, you get stronger, you buy your items, and you kind of like try to outscale the other team, eventually end up with better items, better level, better economy than them, and then run them over and destroy their base. I think everyone knows how like League of Legends and Pokemon Unite work, right? But in this game, you can kind of like Cold War level up your characters outside of the game, which
Hmm.
kind of contradicts what MOBAs are, right? Like you're trying to outscale the other people. And in this game, you can just get stronger by playing more games, and they're kind of using that, I imagine, to as like a retention tactic, like oh, grind,
Oh
get stronger, and then
shit.
beat up on people who aren't as strong. I wouldn't like that, and I've talked to like three people, and they're like, yeah, that part sucks.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's weird.
Yeah, so it's all a fight to retain players, keep them interested in the game, buying DLC, buying battle passes, and there's all these different levers you can pull, whether it be advertising, right? That can make you some money, selling dope cosmetics, that can make you money, forcing your players to grind so they keep getting on and the player base stays alive.
Yeah, create an
Um,
addictive feedback loop.
oh yeah, we are experts on game addictive feedback loops.
They should do
Let me
ads
tell you.
like I wish more games did ads like Death Stranding where like he just like chugs a monster or like
Yeah, yeah,
the,
product placement.
the one that I had no clue about was like if you take a shit then it'll play like a little it'll put like a billboard for like AMC's fucking whatever show that whatever the dude is in. Forget his
The
name, but
Walking Dead.
no, it's like a motorcycle show. Norman
I have no idea.
Reedus's motorcycle show in real life.
Okay.
They just censor it by putting like that in front of your dude while he's taking a shit. And that really
Nice.
caught me off guard and I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, a lot of, I mean, I'm somewhat in the advertising field. A lot of advertising is making it consumable, making people, I mean, that's why I spend so much money on funny Super Bowl commercials,
Yeah.
interesting ways to implement things, right? That's why there's like a Wells Fargo in the background of every landscape shot in the Marvel movies. I think it was Wells Fargo.
Dude, there's a Wendy's that turned into a Morty's last
Oh, yeah, I
weekend. Did
saw
you
that.
see that? That was they had like
Yeah.
they went all out. They had
Yeah, we're
special
talking
menu
3 hour
items.
lines.
They had like little special cups that you got. The menu was different. And they had art done. Had big inflatable pickle ricks and shit.
Yeah, I heard they had pickle shots also, which sounds absolutely disgusting.
Dude, they
It's the guy who
poached
can literally
Rick and
drink
Morty.
ketchup.
They poached them from McDonald's.
They did, and that was it. So I don't know if this was a joke or not, but I was texting this girl earlier, and she told me she had an Arby's Travis Scott meal, and I cannot for the life of me tell whether or not she was joking.
What
I'm,
part of that is a joke to you, Nicky?
there's an Arby's Travis Scott meal?
Nicky, what if I told you it's complete bullshit?
It's bullshit and it's not tasty, or it's not real.
No, it's not real.
Okay, she got
McDonald's
me.
McDonald's had a Travis Scott meal.
Oh yeah, I know that, which is why I was like,
Okay.
that's what made it believable that
Okay.
Arby's had a Travis Scott
Wait,
meal. But also,
I'm gonna look it
she's a
up
fellow
now.
Californian. Have you ever seen an Arby's in California? Because I haven't.
I know I've been to one before, and I think it was not in California.
Yeah, so I'm too afraid to put this into my Google search history, but I, just so many parts were sus, and I, just kind of went along with it.
Okay, just confirmed. Cursory Google search. There is no Arby's Travis Scott meal.
Wow, I got fucking got. I've been thinking about this for 4 hours.
I got too.
I'm
I'm
gonna
the one
start
who
telling
looked it
people that.
up.
Yeah, I mean, what I know Travis Scott was in Fortnite. I don't listen to any of his music, but BTS had a meal. I had the
Yeah.
BTS meal. It was it's you could have literally named it the Stealth Shampoo meal. Less people would have bought it, but it's exactly what I get. It's like a large fry and a 10-piece chicken nugget.
Yeah, it's like literally just the sauce. At least Travis Scott fucked with the burger a bit.
Yeah. Then the sauce was, I mean, I consider myself a sauce connoisseur, and it was all right. Like the sweet chili was okay, but the Cajun was just like, what is this? Like this tastes like water.
See, that's what I thought. Olivia, okay, bringing it back to Olivia, she thought that the Cajun sauce was better, and I think she's fucking high because the sweet chili actually has more flavor to it. The Cajun just is like the blandest spicy
Oh, yeah.
I've ever had in my life.
You know how people are like Budweiser just tastes like piss water?
Yeah.
That's what the Cajun sauce tasted like to me. It just tastes like nothing sauce. As Budweiser's just funny tasting water, that's just like it is it's just a sauce, bro.
Yeah. Didn't they must have that must be why they give you two sauces. I don't know as there's like BTS lore or something behind why they picked those sauces, but I feel like they made the Cajun sauce and then they're like this isn't good enough. We need to have a second option just so people aren't disappointed. And then boom, sweet chili.
I also realized Cajun sauce doesn't come from Casia. That would sound like such a
No,
dumbass this
Cajun's
episode.
Korean Asia.
Oh, well, Cajun sauce is from like Louisiana, right? And there's Cajun sauce, and
Yeah.
there's a different like word, and I think Cajun means like lower class, and then there's like the higher class food down there.
And they
We're
have
not from the South.
Jasian sauce there in Japan.
I knew I've been there 3 times and I haven't had it.
Yeah, I thought the Rick and Morty thing it primed me to think that Travis Scott jumped ship from McDonald's. You know, Rick and Morty going from
Me too.
oh, yeah.
Me too. This entire episode, because we didn't come up with show notes or anything like that, I am just talking out of my ass about things that I've read the headlines to and done very cursory amounts of research. I had no, I don't even, I still don't even know if there's an Arby's in
Dude,
California.
if Joe Rogan can do it, then we can do it, Nicky.
That's true. That's all. That's all podcasts are.
Hell yeah.
Let me give my uneducated opinion to the masses on this topic.
I mean, it's okay. That's the good thing about food is that it's literally a matter of taste. We can espouse on the Cajun sauce because we've had it, we've experienced it, and that's all the expertise you need.
Yeah. I really like. I'm trying to lose weight for the past couple months. I really wish I was still in Japan because I would have lost this weight by now because they eat like normal people portions. Because I had Five Guys today and like there were as many fries in the bag as there were in the cup. Although it might have actually been slightly skewed towards the bag. But anyway, I miss a lot of the food they had over in Japan. Even things like the Family Mart sandwiches that are just, they have these like egg sandwiches cut into triangles, and they're very filling and very tasty, and they're like 97 American cents.
Bruh.
And it's so unbelievably cheap. It's relatively healthy, and there's like 7-Eleven, a Family Mart, or a Lawson every like 100 feet. It's like no joke. If I walked past the door of a Lawson in Japan and it was like 5 feet behind me, I would just keep walking forward because you're gonna hit another one in 30 seconds.
We passed it. I just keep going to the next one.
I wouldn't be surprised if in Japan people just like they if they went into like the wrong Lawsons for work, they would just like continue on with their shift
Maybe they
working
get
there.
fired. The strict work
Or maybe
culture.
they do. But there's so many Lawsons. Like I feel like they could just be like, yeah, just walk into any Lawsons and start working. There's like 8 within a mile of your house. I guess kilometer. These kilometers there.
They use the good one. See, that's why I think I want to try to do meal prep is because I think that like a cheap small sandwich, that's the whole point of meal prep, right? Is you make
Mm.
things in bulk and it's cheaper and you get all the nutrients you need,
Yeah,
but I'm just
and
lazy.
you know exactly when to stop eating when you run out of food because you predetermined it when you weren't hungry like multiple days ago, how much you need to eat, and then you can like calculate how much protein you need and all that stuff. I'm no health person, but uh, you know, it's probably not a terrible idea to not eat Five Guys. Like all the fries out of the bottom of a bag of Five Guys and all the fries in the cup
They
along
fucking
with your burger.
bukkake that cup with fries.
It's a marketing tactic. Going back to the whole marketing
Oh
thing.
yeah.
It is a way to give you perspective on how generous they are with their fries. But like a potato to them costs what? Half a penny. No, the cup is it's irrelevant, right? It's it's a marketing like scheme. All the grease on the bag. They don't have a branded bag, right, to show you how plentiful the amount of fries they give you is.
How much are their fried too? Because like you could get like large fries not in a cup elsewhere. It's probably about the same price. But because the
I
the
swear to
cup
God,
runneth over, it's just so extravagant.
it's about $4. $4 for a medium is what I paid, and medium is like a McDonald's large. I don't know. We're gonna have to do
Yeah.
a conversion.
Wait, $4 for fries at Five
Yeah,
Guys? Yeah,
yeah, it's
you
like
could
three
get a
fifty, but then after
shitload of
tax,
fries elsewhere. It's not that good a deal. Fuck you, Five Guys.
the cup is just there. It's kind of like if you were taking a dick pic, right? And you put like a baby carrot on your
Yeah.
thigh,
You
for reference as to how plentiful,
you put
what your packing is.
one of those little red Solo cup shot glasses, but put a bunch of other tiny props next to it to make it look like a full. Get like a little like travel bottle of whiskey and put it next to there, and then she has to think, does he have this many tiny props, or is this
Exactly.
just a weirdly he's got like a 2 foot dick?
And that's the exact strategy Five Guys is using with their admittedly normal sized cup, but plentiful amount. I guess it'd be like if you actually had a 12-inch dick and you held up like a baby carrot next to it. That's what the cup is. The cup is the baby carrot. But Five Guys really does have a 12-inch dick.
It's a lot of fries.
This metaphor worked out much better than I thought it would, though, because it's called Five Guys.
You know what else they have at Five Guys? Cajun fries, where their fries
Mm,
have more flavor than just the regular fries, unlike some sauces.
that's true. That's true. See, and this is, with the sauce insight and the dick pic advice, I mean, this is just insight you can't get from someone like Olivia.
No, no, she would never.
No, she probably doesn't know how to take a good dick pic.
She's got a vapid, empty head, and her dog's dumb, and her wrists are weak.
I know that. Yeah. I'm not sure why that is.
God damn it. Shit.
And
Richard's
the FCC
waiting
is
for
going to
us.
find us for
We should talk about
Richard
Richard.
does. All right,
I
Richard. Yeah, I'm
think
just
this
trying to.
every day, but I gotta talk about Richard. Context for
Yeah, yeah.
folks at home: Richard is the guy we play Call of Duty with, but he's so much more.
I mean, just a guy makes him sound like a mere mortal. Richard is probably one of the most compassionate lovers that I've ever met in my life, and he hasn't even slept with me. I mean, just the stories you hear him tell. He has a lot to teach other young men, I think.
He's like if God wasn't lame, if God was like cool
Yeah,
and got a lot of
yeah, yeah,
pussy.
yeah. That's Richard. So Richard, I mean, he's an expert marksman. I hope no one ever thinks that this is a joke because I legitimately do this every time I go on a first date or meet a girl, I tell her about Richard. Richard is always the first friend. She's like, "Oh, so what are your friends like?" I mean, she doesn't even have to ask what your friends are like. She gets in the car. I'm like, "All right, let me tell you about my boy Richard." Every single time since I've met Richard, maybe not every single time, but recently, every single time I talk to a girl, I bring up Richard. Richard is an expert pilot. His aviation skills are unmatched. He absolutely does not crash helicopters into me ever. He's got a hilarious laugh. He's not afraid of anything, and he has like a 1.02 KD or something in Warzone. So expert marksman and tactician
Insane.
as well.
Richard's my last thought when I go to bed and my first thought when I wake up.
Hmm. I mean, one of the reasons I'm single now is because I haven't been deemed worthy of Richard's teachings because he knows, I mean, every pickup line in the book, different how you should approach different girls in different situations, whether it be at the gym or she's a friend of a friend or a coworker or like you're meeting her at a bar. He's got a playbook for everything.
Taking
He knows how to
screenshots of your
dress.
Snapchats without having it show up on their
That's
feed.
that's not even a joke. He has pieced that one together pretty well. And we're not talking like primitive ways like, oh yeah, so take your phone and then take a picture of your phone with another phone.
No.
No, he's got some advanced tactics that don't require extra equipment.
What else did he traffics PS5s? So what is
Yeah.
like a very sought after commodity for most people? Richard just does like nothing to it. He turns like Jesus turned water into wine. Richard turns nothing into PS5s. Which I mean, you tell me what's cooler.
He might have been manufacturing them for all we know. He has so many PS5s at his disposal at any given time. I mean, he had five PS5s before I had one PS5. I was on the no PS5 train for a little bit because scalpers just absolutely everywhere in every hobby that I'm interested in. I was PS5less until Ryan, found one on Walmart or whatever.
Yeah, I was so jealous of Richard, but I realized that, this is a teaching from him, a lesson to not envy another man's fruitful his the fruits of his labor, if you could even
Yeah,
call it labor to such a powerful person. But
yeah. Do you
yeah,
do you have any demographics for your podcast? So, well, what percentage of this show do you think are women? Is what I'm trying to ask.
probably very few. I don't
Talking
know.
like two, 3%.
I've got no telemetry, Nicky. I don't have this.
However many it is, um, that percentage of women is now interested in Richard. Is what I'm trying to say.
Nicky, men are interested in Richard too. Men, okay, people are
I am.
either interested in Richard or they've never heard about him. Those are the
Yeah.
two categories in life.
I mean, he's just incredible at video games, right? He plays things like a Battlefield, Call of Duty, GTA. Oh my God, I haven't ever played GTA with him, but I'm sure he's out there just slaying
Oh
puss.
yeah. Rainbow Six.
Oh, he does play a little Rainbow Six. Yeah, expert tactician, like I said before.
He's got like that. That's another thing. Is his mind? It's like Sun Tzu,
Hmm.
but better. Like
The modern Sun Tzu.
if
I mean,
Sun Tzu was on Adderall or something.
see, and Richard's all organic. That's the appealing thing, right? And I've asked him before, like Richard, what should I do? If I'm gonna hop back on online dating, what should I do to kind of make myself stand out from the billions of other men out there? And he told me if he ever started an online dating profile, that Tinder, Bumble, Hinge would all sue him for crashing their servers because all these women would flood to the app trying to match with him, and he just doesn't have the kind of money to support, the server bandwidth that they would need to get all those incoming women on board. It's like when people tried to hop on like Robinhood and they shut down stocks,
Oh yeah.
you know? Same thing if
Richard's
Richard gets on a
yeah.
dating app.
If only the SEC or whatever had the foresight that Richard has, because Richard is not an agent of chaos. He he gives the world what it needs as it needs it.
Yeah. And so, I asked him like, what should I, how should I spruce up my dating profile? He just can't be on dating profiles because he's that successful in real life. And I think the takeaway from that is
Be a better
you
person.
need yeah, you need to be a better person. You need to be more outgoing. You got to put yourself in situations where women will just fall in your lap like him. And I'm so far away. It's like you're an acolyte, right? You're talking to the master, and I'm asking for like, oh, how do I fucking shoot fire out of my hands? He's like, bro, you got to learn how to kick first. And I'm like, you're right, Richard. So he's far too advanced for any of us.
He's so raw. He's so organic and raw and uncut, and yet so
Yeah,
refined and
yeah,
and elegant. It's the whole package.
yeah. And I mean, if we're just going through people in our lives, I mean, we've talked about Olivia and we've talked about Sun Tzu and Richard. I mean, if there's anyone that's impacted me over my professional streaming career, I think the most, it'd be Fire Punch Cooler up there. Fire Punch was always lead mod. Really helped me out in the early days, keeping the chat going fine, handling all the death threats. Keeler's helped a lot on the tech side, and she just moved to France. But uh, neither of them are half as entertaining, no offense to those guys, as Richard.
He's built different.
Yes, he is.
Nicky, my sister was gonna make a meme T-shirt business. Not to fucking completely 180 the topic, but that's what I'm doing. She wants to make a
Let's do it.
meme T-shirt business, and she asked me to consult, knowing that I have zero experience in T-shirts and far, far too much experience in memes. And that was a shirt idea. Is it says like I'm built different, and then like in parentheses it says like worse or something. Just make
I
for some reason all my the thoughts in my head are like self-deprecating shirts.
I got it. I got it. I'm built different, and a picture of a dirt block from Minecraft. It'll sell the children. You're a millionaire.
Holy
I don't
shit.
even. I don't even know if that's the best block to
Do you,
use.
wait, is that gonna be trademark? Or there, or no, we make it different
I don't know.
slightly. I'm built
Yeah,
different, and it's a reference to our bootleg dirt block.
yeah,
So it's
something like that.
completely our own IP.
Yeah, Minecraft doesn't own dirt.
Another shirt I had was like just an arrow pointing straight up at the wearer's face, and then it says, "What no pussy does to a motherfucker." I think that would be. Because then you could just like gift that shirt maliciously to people.
Speaking of shirts like that, I saw one where it said two things. It said the man, the legend on two different lines, and the man had an arrow pointing up, and the legend
Oh
had an
no.
arrow pointing down. And I was like, you that is a weird shirt to own,
Kind of cringe.
but someone was wearing it. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Speaking actually, all right, slightly related. I was on TikTok earlier, as I do, and there's this guy talking about, do you just keep the names of every girl you've ever slept with in a note document on your phone? That's fucking lame. That's old. And I'm like, I just remember all of them. There haven't been that
It's
many,
not a lot.
but I guess, yeah, I guess some people keep them on a fucking notepad. But he said, okay, instead of keeping them on a notepad, name a Pokemon after them in your game, and then battle your friends with them. And I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. And I would like to see, as a gigantic Pokemon fan, I want to take this a step further. Sleep with a girl, then get her favorite Pokemon. Then, or like figure out what it is. Then you have to name that Pokemon after her. And you got to go to the bar and hit on like six girls because there's 6v6 in Pokemon. And I don't know what the winner would get, but it'd be absolutely hilarious if some bitch like you slept with her and she's like Caterpie. I'm like, no, no, bro. So you're like trying to just slot her in somewhere on the team. Like,
We,
okay, she's gonna be my fodder, but this this chick who said Salamence, she's in. She's the lead. Like,
Dude, what if that was like the official like VGC rules, and like all of a sudden all the top players in the world have to go in with like two Pokemon. Meanwhile, there's some like Giga Chads out there rolling up full six stack.
some of the like most talented Pokemon trainers are actually very attractive. But then, like, I wonder how that would change like the bar dating game, right? Because you'd
Yeah.
only hit on girls who are like, I feel like she would say something lame like Butterfree, so we don't want to go for her. Actually, hilariously, Chansey right now, and I'm getting too nerdy, but Chansey in the video game is like just a tank right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it always has been, but everyone's complaining about Chansey teams. So you got to find a girl whose favorite Pokemon is Chansey because it's unbelievably like overpowered. It's pretty cute and is a Gen 1 Pokemon. So I feel like you can get that in there, right? Um,
Chansey and not Blissey specifically.
yeah, because there's an item that you can give
Oh,
Pokemon that aren't fully
Eevee.
evolved that ups
Yeah,
their defense.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So so you're gonna want to find a girl who likes Chansey, right? You might want to find a girl who likes Venusaur and Colossal. It's gonna be a lot of Gen 1 battles. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are gonna say things like Charizard and Onyx.
What do you think's the most popular Pokemon among women? Probably like Pikachu, right? It's like in
Yeah, I think
general.
Pikachu, Greninja is up there. You kind of have to go through the ones in Smash,
Women like
because
Greninja.
those are Greninja. I think was the most popular Pokemon of 2020.
Wow.
Like straight up,
What did Greninja do? That's so.
it was in Detective Pikachu. It's pretty prominent in the anime. Ash's Greninja. It's got a couple
Oh,
of trading cards.
okay.
It's literally a ninja. So they got that one. I think that'd be kind of cool if I feel like the hardest part would be getting 6 women to sleep with me in like one night to field a team. I don't know. Maybe you just skip that part. And you like but then you're not following the original premise of the TikTok, which is naming Pokemon after people you've slept with.
I wonder how much of the meta would shift from like strategy to trying to get pussy.
Yeah, right. Like it depends on the rules. If you say, for example, slept with 10 women and had 10 Pokemon to choose from, do you get to choose from those 6? So what's the strategy? Do you like just try to pump and dump real fast and get a bunch of Pokemon in your box, then choose from that? Or do you like try to find quality women, only a couple that you know are going to pick strong contenders like Venusaur and Colossal,
Every time
Dragapult?
you fuck a chick, they have to fill out the official VGC form with their favorite Pokemon and that they indeed did have sexual intercourse with you.
Yeah.
And you have to mail those back to your previous lovers.
I think it'd be hard to get in contact with some of them, but I feel I don't know, just knowing some of the girls I've been with, I would not have a very strong team, I feel like.
Wait a minute, she told this player that her favorite Pokemon was Greninja, but on this form she says Skarmory.
Skarmory's not a bad pick though, I feel like. It's got some utility with
She
spikes and
was
whatnot.
coerced into Skarmory.
Oh, that'd be another thing too. You can't be like, hey, so what's your favorite Pokemon? By the way, say Togekiss. Togekiss is actually really good, and I feel like that'd be
Please,
a popular one.
I need Blissey. Then you just
I'm
like
like,
try to fuck women who don't even know Pokemon, and then like during the date you're just like, oh my god, isn't this Pokemon cute? Like, oh, she's the best. She reminds me of you, kind of. Really good competitively.
at the arcade, OG and I have been seeing because unsurprisingly, people who go to the arcade are fucking weebs, and they'll just have like waifus all over their car. And we'll
Oh
do the same with
god.
Pokemon, right? I'll have 6 cars, be like, oh yeah, this is my ride. This is my Chansey car. By the way, what's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, you really like the Chansey? All right, fill out this form. And oh yeah, I'm gonna win the I don't know what we'd call this, the former lover
Dude,
VGC Invitational.
They go to like tournaments in Vegas and prostitutes are whoring themselves out based on which Pokemon that they'll sign off on.
I need a Dragapult. Like, please let me. Like, you're now trading prostitutes. Like, bro, I locked down the Venusaur prostitute, but I already have Venusaur already on my team. Can we please trade prostitutes? You got the Dragapult prostitute, and I have all grass types on my team. We need some diversity here.
Just a bunch of nerds waiting in line at the Dragapult prostitutes Dragapult van.
This is this is just take. I didn't know in the first place people like wrote down. I guess if you like, I'm sure there are some people who are our age who have slept with 100 plus people, right? And I guess maybe at that point you write it down because I sure as fuck can't remember
I
a
think if
hundred
it's
people's
100
names I
plus,
haven't slept with.
you don't write it down at all. How can you write it down if it's meaningful, right? But how could it be meaningful if it's happened so many times, so many different people? I can't even name 100 people.
Yeah, same. Like I've had tens of thousands of people come through my Twitch stream, and I can only name like 20 usernames, maybe, alone
Just
100 or so.
yeah, it all goes back to Richard, really. Just
We
keep
can
thinking
name
about
Richard
Richard.
19979.
All right,
Anyway,
fuck it.
just the point is, don't play against Richard in former lover VGC. He has the whole Pokedex at his disposal.
All right, it's been 40 minutes. That's good enough for me. Do you have
Same.
anything you wanted to plug? Anything you wanted to espouse on before we wrap it up?
Absolutely not. Don't follow Stealth Shampoo on anything because my branding is great and I got Stealth Shampoo on everything. However, if you do know a cute single lady whose favorite Pokemon is either Chansey, Venusaur, Dragapult, Togekiss, or just anything that's really good, get her to slide into my DMs because I am taking applications. Just head up Stealth Shampoo 0001 0001 three zeros and a one because I have Discord Nitro because I have money.
Oh,
Uh, and so that would make me a good person for you to donate your Pokemon. I mean, be a in a relationship with. So, yeah, just hit me up.
okay, bye.